Live, Anna Katayama, Chris Murphy, Monica Guzzo with the Pinpoint Forecast, and Dan Christofferson Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. A cold front continues to move into Oregon from the north. As a result, a Northwest emergency response team made up of people from Oregon, Washington, Montana, and Idaho has a plan tonight to avoid a power shortage.
Yeah, the group has issued, or reissued rather, a stage 2 warning for our region. It's urging residents tonight to take steps to avoid an emergency and also to prevent a more serious situation like the one that our neighbors in California are facing tonight. KPTV's Julia Esquera is live in downtown Portland with more on the power outlook. Julie, should we be concerned about this possible shortage?
Well, somewhat so. If you take a look behind me, you can see that it's really nice out here. Obviously, you can't have a holiday season without lights, but energy officials are asking you to cut back. The folks on Peacock Lane are preparing for their annual tradition. For more than 55 years, the street transforms into a winter wonderland during the month of December.
And it's bumper to bumper. The sidewalks are covered with people elbow to elbow.
It's quite a sight to see. Snowmen, candy canes, and blinking lights, and even more lights.
This is the time of year where more energy is being used. We have more darkness during December, the shortest days of the year. We have Christmas lights. We have people baking and doing the things that they do to get ready for the holidays.
The demand for energy is high and the supply is low, so PGE is asking you to voluntarily cut back.
I would for the city of Portland. I mean, if this has been a tradition for so long, it's kind of hard to say, I don't, yeah, we'll shut it off. But at the same time, if it meant to help other people out, yeah, I would do that.
But the situation is much worse to our south, where California has been in a perpetual state of emergency because the demand on electricity is close to maxing out.
Hard-working American people that are just barely making a living are going to have to choose between clothing and food and paying their heat bill this winter.
Here in Oregon, energy workers urge you to conserve by avoiding usage during peak hours from 6 to 10 in the morning and 4 to 8 at night. And they ask you to adjust your thermostat to a maximum 68 degrees. As for the residents on Peacock Lane, they don't want to disappoint passers-by. But if the neighborhood association agrees to shorten viewing hours, they say it wouldn't be the same.
It's our Christmas card to Portland. It really is our Christmas card to Portland. And I don't think you could cut the edges of the Christmas card off. That would be like saying Merry Xmas or something, It really would not be. It would not be complete.
Now, the capital of Washington is doing its part to conserve. They're turning off their Christmas lights during peak hours in Olympia to help save energy. Anna, back to you.
All right, Julie, thanks for the update tonight. And a little bit later on in this hour, we're going to have some tips on how to better care for your pets in the cold weather. Also some advice on when to put on those winter tires. Summing up the details of our top story tonight, an emergency response team has issued a stage 2 warning tonight for Oregon. The power company is asking customers to avoid using electricity during the peak hours of 6 and 10 a.m. and 4 to 8 p.m. It's also asking you to keep your thermostat in your house at 68 degrees or less.
Tomorrow, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments in another historic session. Yesterday, the court stopped hand recounts. Lawyers for both George W. Bush and Al Gore are now preparing to argue their side before the High Court. We go live now to Skip Lozier in Washington, D.C. with the latest. Skip?
How the U.S. Supreme Court will come down on any given issue is difficult, if not impossible. Sometimes what happens during oral arguments provides a clue, but sometimes it doesn't. Lawyers for Vice President Al Gore and Governor Bush deliver their briefs to the U.S. Supreme Court. Monday's 90-minute hearing could be the endgame for this long-contested presidential election. At least one justice, David Souter, was at the High Court on Sunday, going over those briefs and papers delivered by the Florida Supreme Court. One question before the High Court is whether the Florida Supreme Court overstepped its authority in ordering manual recounts of undervotes in all counties that have them.
The other side doesn't want to count every vote. They just want to count every vote that they say is a vote. That certainly doesn't qualify as due process under the Constitution.
But the Gore camp maintains that by shutting down the counting, it will be the vice president and the American people who are harmed. Nevertheless, a Gore attorney contends his side will abide by whatever decision the U.S. Supreme Court makes.
If the Florida Supreme Supreme Court's opinion is reversed and the United States Supreme Court says no more votes are going to be counted, then that's the end of it.
This case has had so many twists and turns that it's impossible to say how the U.S. Supreme Court will act. But these people are willing to camp out all night long just to have a chance to witness history. So we await the oral arguments and then, of course, the ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court, one which could put an end to this very long election process. We're live in Washington. I'm Skip Loescher. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Skip, for that live report tonight.
In a few months, a brand new newspaper is going to make its debut in the city of Portland. This new paper is going to be called the Portland Tribune, and its publisher hopes to give the Oregonian some healthy, well-financed competition.
AM 860 Radio Free Oregon.
Dwight James spent 25 years writing for Portland newspapers.
First-time caller John.
Before picking up this gig as a local radio talk show host.
We're talking today about all those chads.
But in a few months, you'll see him back in print.
I'll be doing a sports column again twice a week, and Pete Schulberg will be doing a media column, and Phil Stanford, a name familiar to a lot of people in Portland, will be doing a Metro column.
Veteran journalists from the Oregonian, Willamette Week, and the Associated Press are teaming up to give the city of Portland a new news source, the Portland Tribune.
We're going to be more of a mainstream newspaper, I think, that's going to appeal to readers who read the Oregonian.
Strong headlines, strong graphics. We've got photojournalists that'll be working with us around the market to capture wonderful photography.
The Tribune will be delivered free to Portland households.
We're projecting to lose money for some period of time. It's all budgeted, and we understand how much it's going to cost to do this, but I think it speaks to the investment that Dr. Pamplin feels this is worth.
Dr. Bob Pamplin Jr. is the man behind the effort. Son of the founder of Georgia Pacific, Pamplin's business holdings include Ross Island Sand and Gravel, Pamplin Communications, and Mount Vernon Mills. He has the financial wherewithal and a dream.
Anytime that you believe that something is visionary but can be made practical, it can be a success.
The hope is that a little competition in town will force everyone to put out a better product.
I think being in media, you can appreciate how much power the Oregonian has. What the Oregonian reports tends to be what all the other news organizations in town report.
The greatest gift anybody could give to the city of Portland in the next 50 years is to present another voice in journalism with a newspaper that speaks to the city and its people. And that's his commitment behind all of this.
No, it's your chance.
And veterans such as Dwight James are pleased to be a part of that new voice.
We're really excited about the opportunity to get to write again.
Now, unlike the Oregonian, the Tribune will not be a daily paper. It'll be offered just twice a week. Pamplin says that the FCC is not going to allow him to put out a daily paper because of his other media holdings in this market. In addition to the Portland Tribune, he also owns radio station KPAM and close to a dozen suburban papers.
Next, what you should do to protect your pets from a drop in temperatures.
And the long-awaited answer tonight to the question, why do men lie? That story at 10:30.
And a website for the attractively challenged.
And I'm Monica Guzza. Boy, we're going to have to tweak that snow forecast yet again. So some of us are going to get snow and some of us will not. Find out who in weather coming up at 10:24.
I'm Ken Ackerman.
And I'm Kimberly Moss. Monday, we come to you live from Sun River, Oregon for our Holiday Roadshow.
Come join us, and also a chance to win a sewing machine from Montevilla Sewing Center Monday.
It's simple, folks. The only place you can find every manufacturer adjustable bed at the guaranteed lowest prices, Jer Bears. Save hundreds and get the perfect adjustable bed for you the very first time. And remember, Jer Bear says, buy a bed, get a bear.
of year for all of us to feel closer, and that's just what Verizon Wireless is here for. Our family share plan has free unlimited calling between family members, free long distance, and 300 shared digital minutes for $25 a month per line. Plus, get 2 digital phones for the price of 1. Hurry to a Verizon Wireless communication store near you, or call 1-866-2-JOIN-IN. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
You'll find great gift ideas this year in the Holiday Gift Guide from High School Pharmacy. From freezer to the table in minutes with no preheating, you get perfect pizza every time with the Pizzazz Pizza Oven, new from Presto. And Presto kitchen appliances make cooking easier. Choose this Cool Touch griddle, salad shooter and mixer too, or 15-inch jumbo fry pan, only $29.99 each. The tradition of savings continues with the Holiday Gift Guide. And don't forget our holiday specials at highschoolpharmacy.com.
Whether it's the largest selection of adjustable beds, air beds, Swedish memory foam, pure latex rubber, Simmons mattresses, or our own line of Jer Bears mattress sets, you'll always save more at Jer Bears Mattress Warehouse. When you buy a bed, you get a bear.
I think it's crazy, but we like it. It's busy.
Local tire shops say the week before Christmas tends to get a little bit busy as folks prepare to head home for the holidays, so they suggest you come in earlier if you can. Of course, there are a number of tire options for winter drivers to choose from. Everything from metal studs to studless winter retread.
It also depends upon what you're doing with your driving. You're driving, if you're going over mountain passes and such, you may not want to go just the Observe. You may want the studded tire. And if you're a weekly trip to Bend type deal, you'll probably want to go a studded tire.
You can expect to spend between $200 and $500 for a set of 4 tires.
Pets need some help to survive really cold weather. Dogs and cats should be brought inside when temperatures drop below 30 degrees with the wind chill. Wipe a dog's paws after he walks on salt or other de-icing chemicals so their paws don't become irritated and so they don't lick the chemicals and digest them. And if you do have animals outside, check to make sure their water is not frozen. And outdoor animals require more calories to generate energy. To keep them warm, you need to add another 10 to 15% to their daily diet. Dropping temperatures and the threat of snow have local homeless shelters gearing up for a tough winter. The Goose Hollow Family Shelter at First United Methodist Church has been at or near capacity since opening last month. Up to 24 people stay at the shelter each night. The shelter depends on private contributions. It receives no government support, and right now, supplies are running low.
We're always in need of items like cup of soup or juice. Particularly for the kids. We can also use fresh fruit. That's something that we can always take too. And then, other stuff like milk. And we need people to bring in dinner each night. We need diapers, personal hygiene items.
Most of all, though, the shelter needs volunteers. It takes 150 volunteers to keep the shelter open.
Well, it appears that Oregonians have big hearts. Donations to charities in this state are growing at a faster rate than in the rest of the nation. Individual contributions jumped 17%, while businesses gave 9% more than in previous years. The strong economy is believed to be the main reason for the increase.
And just in time for the holidays, a big welcome home today for Oregon Air Guard forces. These military men and women have been in the Saudi Arabia region for the past several weeks. They served in Operation Southern Watch to keep Saddam Hussein in check. Lieutenant Colonel Steve Gregg, an F-15 pilot, says the Guardsmen put themselves in harm's way for our country and deserve high praise.
And so today was just an opportunity to honor all the folks that went over there and served the country in support of the UN resolutions.
The Oregon National Guard members weren't the only ones honored today. Their employers were also given awards for being so supportive.
Ex-military man myself, I think it's a positive example that we set for the rest of the community and the rest of the employers that our people are going out and serving our country and protecting us all.
Garwood went on to say he's very happy his employee, Tech Sergeant Thomas White, is home safely and will soon be back to work.
Time now to check in with Dan Christopherson for our first look at sports tonight. It's a big week ahead for the Blazers, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a big one. It's Wednesday night. They're going to take on the Lakers.
Again.
Yeah, again. Remember Halloween night? It is way too early, I guess, to talk about games that you need to win. But Wednesday does loom large for the Trailblazers. Where are we? Here we are. A home court rematch with those defending champion Lakers, the same Lakers who won that season opener on Halloween night. L.A. cleaning up on the Blazers' leftovers tonight. The Pistons coming off a 31-point loss in Portland. Shaq, the nice backdoor feed, and then watch Kobe Bryant running the Laker break. Underhand toss to Robert Horry. They're having fun and doing some more Detroit damage, just like the Blazers did here last night. Lakers don't win by 31, just by 24. 112-88. LA is now 15-7, a game ahead of Portland. But the Blazers, of course, can take care of that margin on Wednesday night, the sequel at the Rose Garden. Come on and get it, Phil. Our NBA hotshot tonight escaped death a few short months ago, but you'd never know it the way that Paul Pierce is now performing on the court. The Celtics' new star dunking on Denver. Now, Pierce survived a near-fatal stabbing at a Boston nightclub back in October. Tonight, knocks down the game-winning jumper in overtime right there, the last of his 28 points in a 104-102 Boston victory. Good to see him back. We saved this one from last night. Baron Davis, the former UCLA Bruin, putting his game in spin cycle. Take another look. Now, the defender on this play is former Blazer Jermaine O'Neal of the Pacers. Out of the way, Jermaine. You've just been posterized. And that's some good stuff, I'll tell you what.
Good stuff. All right. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks a lot.
The International Space Station now has giant wings.
That's right, and as a result, we're actually going to be able to see it in just a few days. We'll have details on when and where coming up.
And putting yourself online, is it the best way to get a job? A look at that issue coming up at 10:34.
What's going on between Moesha and R&B star Tyrese?
Take it off. Show me what you're working.
An all-new episode.
Monday night at 8 on Oregon's 12.
No Jekyll, all Hyde. The new 210 horsepower, supercharged Nissan Frontier.
Kitchen Caboodle slogan test, take 96.
Kitchen Caboodle. We're not just for dinner anymore.
Next.
Kitchen Caboodle. We offer furniture and cookware to anyone the law allows. Blenders and tables and chairs. Oh my, candles and gallons.
Yeah, Dorothy. There's no place like home.
Home.
That's it.
Kitchen Caboodle. We make your house a home.
That's a wrap.
Kitchen Caboodle has cooked up great ideas for the chef on your list. Come see us today.
Later tonight on the 10 o'clock news, find out why men lie. That story coming up. I promise, I'm not lying.
We'll help you through. You'll love the new you. You're healthy and it's fun. Healthy and it's exercise equipment. Northwest. You'll feel great when you're done. Exercise equipment. Northwest. It's when you're fit. Everyone can tell. Exercise equipment. Northwest. Where every day gets better. Here for you.
Tonight's weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Captain's Nautical at 138 Northwest 10th.
Happy holidays. Time to walk right into Captain's Nautical for great Christmas gifts, like all kinds of binoculars for sports or hunting, spotting scopes and telescopes, Magellan GPS, barometers, thermometers, and all kinds of weather stations. Captain's has the largest selection of world globes and great tales of nautical adventures. Captain's, 138 Northwest 10th, just north of Powell's Books. Your headquarters for shopping this year.
Quad-Tech CRUD. It's conflicting with COM2 and also ThinkPad PCI.
Good weather is forecast for tomorrow night's landing of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. The crew outfitted the International Space Station with giant solar power wings that spread 240 feet across. Later this week, we'll be able to see the space station. Monica Guzza is here now with those details. Should be fascinating, Monica.
Yeah, and actually now we're going to be able to see the space station because those wings have been unfurled. It's going to look like a new star in the sky. And the only thing brighter than the space station will be Venus. So this is going to be very, very visible. Officially, we can see it here in Oregon tonight through the 22nd. But of course, we're dealing with cloud cover. So these days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, are our best chances for having clear enough weather to be able to see it. So go outside, look in the west to the northeast skies, and usually right around sunset, between 5 and 7 o'clock, is when it will be brightest and the best time to see it. And it will be very, very bright. You could also go out and see it at dawn if you like. And it's going to look just like a very bright star.
This has to be a first, I would think.
It is. It is. Now that they have those solar panels installed. So I mean, if we get the clear skies, go out and see it. I know I'm going to go see it.
I can't wait. Should be fun. OMSI probably has something going as well.
Of course.
They'll be out
of course,
there.
yes. So give them a ring.
Yeah. How about our weather? It's we dodged a bullet. We talked about that yesterday with the snow coming in, but it's definitely going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, but now it's not going to be as cold as expected. At least west of the Cascades. East of the Cascades, we're going to see very cold temperatures. We could even see snow into the gorge and also in many parts of eastern Oregon. But at the Cascades is what is going to make the big difference for us. So those of us on the west side, regular weather,